All right, and it's ironic, and it's clear that I chose this song because if you want to take a ride, you've got to take a ride. It's Wednesday, and it's time to ride with cars with Big Boy Trev. My brother from another mother, karibu sana boss.
Asante sana.
Umepoteana? No, what do you mean umepoteana? You were here last week.
Just here last week, man.
But then, and I see, Trev, you have come with guests.
Yes, as always.
And kama kaida, because our job is to, my job is to entertain.
Yes.
Trev's job is to inform.
Yes.
Now, and we do that every Wednesday, cars with Big Boy Trev. Sorry, we apologize that today we got a late start. But you know what? We're here with you until 5. But if you really want to find out about what's going on with Trev, every Wednesday in the Standard,
Yes.
there's an article that Trev writes, and what
Yes.
are we on there about today, bro?
Motor Digest, we did insurance today.
Insurance, eh?
Yes, the importance.
Because the importance, and it is the end of the year, so
Yes.
some people have got to renew this stuff.
Definitely.
And okay, and then obviously then Wednesday afternoon you're here,
Yes.
and then on Sunday you'll find Trev on KTN Home from 6:30 to 7 in the PM.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes.
And today we want to talk about air filters, and in studio, all right, and the importance of the air filter element in your vehicle. All right, we have Pavit Matharu, who's the director of Allied Filtration. I like that. So Pavit, karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Smile and wave. You.
My fans have been told, yeah.
So we're audio visual, Baba.
Okay.
Now, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Then tell us a little bit about We need to put some Wenga Musica. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your backstory,
Okay.
and then and don't leave out any of the sordid details. All right. And then you'll tell us a little bit about Allied Filtration, right?
All right.
So what's your story?
Okay. I'm 21 years old.
Damn. And he's a Trev.
Imagine.
You see, that's why they said sometimes when after lunch, wacha kulala kwa class. Congrats.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a part qualified accountant.
Right.
Currently, I'm undergoing my ACC course at Strathmore University.
Very well.
Well,
That's that.
that's that.
Okay.
Basically, I think I'm a passion. My hobby is cars.
Cars,
Basically,
right?
Cars, trucks, anything that moves.
Okay, so that obviously then segues straight into Allied Filtration. Tell us a little bit about the company as well, bro.
Well, Allied Filtration, just to let you know,
Yeah.
it's not a very old company.
Yeah.
We were incorporated in December last year.
Yeah.
And we set out with a vision that we wanted to make sure that the Kenyan public gets access to quality filters and lubricants.
Right.
Because we saw that in the market, especially in today's time, there's a lot of competition, yes. But I would put it this way, that not all products fare the same stance. They don't sit at the
That's
same
true.
stance.
That's true. In terms of quality.
In terms of quality standards, yes.
Yes.
And we saw that happening quite a bit.
Right.
And we set out to approach reputable partners.
Right.
Farah Filters, who is based in Turkey,
Yes.
and we're sole authorized distributors
Right.
for this brand.
Right.
And we're authorized distributors for Caltex lubricants,
Right.
which was at one time a household brand in Kenya.
Which is true. Yes. Caltex, yes. Remember that.
Yep.
It was a household brand
Yes,
in Kenya.
Yes.
And I remember for part of my childhood
Right.
seeing Caltex
Yes.
in the country as well. So
Yes.
it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing that
Yeah.
was going to, nothing new.
Yes.
I knew the product.
Yes.
And put it this way, we've come from a consumer to a supplier now.
Right.
So we have we have this thing that if it works with us,
Right.
if we have seen that it can work well,
Right.
why not give it to the public? Why not avail it in the Kenyan public?
I like that. So now, okay, so Pavit, you're here. You've got clearly, if you're just on audio, if you're on audio visual, you can see that you've come with gifts. You came bearing gifts, and in the studio.
Yes.
All right. So obviously, you've also got to describe what you have. But before you do, to somebody who's just listening as well, right? But now so it's basically the company's like a year old now.
Yeah.
Then, bruv, yeah. How has that journey been, and where are you guys based?
Okay, we're based in industrial area,
Right.
number 7 Sulai Road.
Mm-hmm.
We started off in a COVID year, and it didn't just start in January. Of course, there had to be a lot of research that had to be done,
We did.
because if we're going to set ourselves different from the market,
Right.
we have to prove it.
But it's true. Which is true.
And it took more than, I would put it, around 2 years
Yes.
just to get our partners associated with us, and to get a good understanding of the Kenyan market,
Sharp.
which we still are actually.
Okay.
Because I think we're in one of the most diverse markets
Indeed.
in Africa.
Indeed.
If Kenya is growing,
Yes.
at the
Yes.
fastest pace,
Yes.
in Africa,
Yes.
our market is also evolving.
Very nice. I like that.
Yeah.
This one is a lucid one, Jakababa.
Let me tell you,
Hey.
the future is here. The future is bright in the motoring industry.
Okay, so now obviously we're here to talk about the importance of the air filter element in your vehicle.
Yeah.
And so you've got air filters, I'm assuming.
Well, I've got an air filter which
Right.
is quite big that wouldn't fit on the
the desk.
on the desk.
Okay.
These are oil and fuel filters that we have here.
Okay.
So basically, it's a good idea for everyone to have a look at what they're buying.
Okay. So basically, now which is before you
Yes.
should we get the difference between an oil and a fuel filter now? First of all, we talk about what these things are.
Let's talk about filtration.
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
Yes.
See, we call him professor. So
I see.
okay. So Pavit, now Trev, is this
Yes.
you? Or is Pavit going to talk about it?
No, he's going to talk about it, but I'm
Right.
just going to touch it and then
Okay.
hand it over to him.
Hand it over to him.
Like a rugby ball. No,
Okay.
then you're passing.
Bas.
Thank you. So filters.
Yes.
Filters, in the easiest way to describe a filter,
Yeah.
is basically like your lungs.
I like that.
The lungs
Yes.
are, the equipment that are used to filter out dust,
Bas.
pollen, so that you have good, clean oxygen getting into your system. But
Yeah.
he knows better,
Right.
so I think he's going to take it away with that.
Well,
Okay.
as you said, and we were discussing outside as well,
Yes.
the air filter, the easiest way to describe it to anyone,
Yes.
it's the lungs of your car.
Right.
Because basically any air that is drawn in by your air intake system
Right.
has to pass through your air filter.
Does that include now? Trev,
Yes,
you've got to be brutal to be kind.
yes.
So does that include, Pavit, the the air that comes literally into the vehicle through the what's it called?
The grill.
Yeah. This the aircon.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
For that,
How can I forget aircon, boss? Yes.
well, yeah, we
you
need
know-
it. We need it,
Right.
especially today.
Yes. So yeah. By the way, ne? So is this air filter also? Does it also enable? Is it also involved in the that comes into the cabin of the car? The air.
So basically, you've got two air filters.
That's yes.
You've got your primary one, which is for your engine,
Bus.
your air intake, your combustion. That supplies air to your combustion chamber.
Yes.
And then you've got your cabin filter,
Sharp.
which the way I've seen it is forgotten by everyone,
You see. Yes.
and they don't realize they're inhaling that air.
That's right. That's right.
So there are two types of filters. Again,
Yes.
the air filter draws air from the air intake,
Yes.
which is for most cars is located right next to your grill,
Indeed.
or different cars have their different setups.
Yes.
But for your cabin filter, again, it's right next to your grill.
Okay. So Pavit, just hold on. Trev,
Yes.
now tell the listener, because somebody's wondering what grill? The one in my mouth. What grill?
No.
Which is the
no.
grill, bro? I'm just saying. You got
The,
to paint
the,
the picture.
the front end
Yes.
where there are
The
slots
front end. Yes.
of the car between the two lights.
But
That's grill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the cabin
Good,
filter
yeah,
is
yeah.
right next to where your your wipers are.
sharp.
You'll see a few vents on both sides,
Bus.
depending on the
Good.
version of the vehicle.
Yes.
Will be there.
Okay. And so this is basically where they're located.
Yes.
What materials are they made of? And please use, because for those who are, have we got filters there?
Yes, I've got one massive filter over here.
Okay, no, that one you can't pick up. So what are they made of?
Okay, so filters, paper, but
Ah.
special type of paper.
Uh-huh.
We've got three types of paper which is used in the market, in the industry.
Yeah.
You've got your cellulose paper.
Because you see, for a second there, if Trev was not just so cognizant with what's going on with cars, I know in my mind he'd have said Rizla, but just gone. Sorry.
So-
Sorry.
We've got cellulose paper,
Yeah.
which is, put it this way, it's your basic paper, but again, it will last you quite long.
Right.
Cellulose is most common found paper.
Right.
Then you've got synthetic media paper, and then you've got your microglass.
Okay.
Now that is high-end stuff.
That's what I would have thought so. Yeah.
That is high-end stuff. In
Yeah.
fact, it has high, efficiency of retaining particles from the air.
Mm.
In fact, it is the most superior in the paper class.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, that depends on what sort of vehicle the filters being used on.
Mm.
Because if you look at the new vehicles coming out, the German vehicles especially,
Right.
some of them require nanofiber, which is again it falls in the synthetic media.
Yes.
It requires that. Now, if you go for the brand new 2020 or 2021
Yes,
cars,
yes.
they will require the microglass filters.
Right.
Because basically, as the cars get newer, the systems become sensitive. Even the slightest debris or foreign particle
Right.
in the engine will
Yes.
throw up. I normally say it'll give you Christmas lights
Yes.
on your dashboard.
So Trev, so that said, then that means some of these motors, and if we said this before on the show, then these cars are not made for Africa, bro.
No, and it will bring down to another topic we'll talk later.
Yes.
There are different types of filters based for different regions.
Buzz.
So the filter that is made for a car in Japan,
Yes.
it will be totally different
Yes.
than a filter that's made for a car that is built for Africa.
Africa.
So as you do your service, it's important for you to first find out
Right.
what kind of filter is suitable for your vehicle.
Sharp.
Because at the end of the day, he's going to talk about it later.
Yes.
If you don't use the right type of air filter, you're
Right.
going to mess up your car.
Okay. So you mentioned 3 types.
Yes.
And of course, we are going from the most common, which I'm assuming would be the cheapest.
Yeah, the cellulose.
The cellulose one. Now, there must be some sort of, what do you call it, shelf life?
Yes.
Yeah? How long should one ideally? Now, and when I say one, because obviously, Trev, it also depends on the usage of the said vehicle.
Yes.
And then maybe it is chapping storos in dust,
Yes.
up here to Makweni.
Yes.
I've just profiled, but that's wrong. But, that's so. But let's say the common, person who basically takes the ride, goes and parks it in the office, here, Standard Group, and then a journey, deal with this Mombasa Road dust, kidogo too, you're going to the digs. How long should one ideally keep a filter in circulation for lack of a better word?
Okay, put it this way. We look at it 2 different ways. For your passenger cars,
Passenger cars. Yes.
passenger cars, first of all. Now, your filter can go on for even 15,000 kilometers.
Wow.
That's what the service recommendation is from the
Yes.
manufacturer.
Yes,
But we have to look at our terrain.
indeed.
We are not in the most ideal environment
Yes.
because we've got dust flying,
Yes,
stones flying,
yes,
we've got
yes,
all
yes,
sorts of things on
yes.
the road.
Yes.
So we normally say that anywhere between 4 to 5,000 kilometers,
Right.
you should change your air filter.
Right.
But if you know your vehicle's been under, it's been going through a lot of dust
Yes.
and you've been in the most harsh condition you can find in Kenya,
Yes.
change it a bit earlier.
Okay.
Because, according to us, you should change your filters and oil
Right.
every service.
Yes. Yes.
Even if your mechanic says he removes the cabin filter and tells you, iko sawa, it's fine. No, change it.
Okay, so Pavit, so what happens if you neglect and you do not change your filters?
Well, let's start off with the air filter.
Yes.
I'll start off with the most expensive damage.
Yes.
You've got something called the mass airflow sensor.
Hey, relax, banana, using big words. Okay.
or in short, as people know it, MAF
Okay.
sensor.
Yeah.
That will fail.
Okay.
Because
And what happens if that fails?
that fails, it'll send wrong signals to your engine.
Sharp.
Basically, what will happen is your fuel and air mixture will go up. It'll become very rich. Or if it's a German vehicle, for
Yes,
example,
yes.
it won't even switch on.
Okay.
Toyotas, Sukuma Twende,
yes.
you might manage to get it started.
Yes.
Your Japanese cars, it might just start up. You might just get to your mechanic's place if you think there's something wrong.
Right.
But for your German vehicles,
Yes.
the way I see it,
Yes.
if that goes,
Yes.
because it'll bring up a fault straight away onto your dashboard.
Right. Okay.
And it's very expensive.
Indeed. Aha.
So saving a few shillings
Bus.
for your filters,
Yes.
you're going to spend them on your sensor.
Okay. So can we talk about the cost of that now? First, that was the air filter. If you neglect that, then the other filter, if you neglect it,
You've got your fuel filter.
bus.
Now, fuel, put it this way, it's your water. Yeah. If you clean, if you don't drink
Yes.
purified, or
Yes.
you don't drink water that is up to
Yes.
Yes. drinkable standards,
Yes.
consumable standards,
Yes.
there's bound to something that's going to go wrong.
Indeed.
The same thing with fuel.
Right.
Now, our fuel is, I wouldn't say it's too bad.
Right.
Where Kenya fuel, I would say, has improved.
Yes.
But again, Europe is on another level.
Indeed.
Their diesel burns like petrol.
Yes.
And in Kenya, if the way I see, if you don't change your fuel filter every service.
Right.
What will happen is, number one, that's going to get clogged up.
Right.
If that gets clogged up, there'll be too much pressure onto your filter.
Yes.
Which, if it's a can type, it will burst.
Right. Wow.
If there's too much pressure.
Right.
Secondly, what will happen is there will not be enough flow of fuel to your engine block. So again, it will start, but again you'll be suffering those misfires, hard starts.
Yes.
The problems, they won't come up at once, they'll come gradually.
Bus. Now, you know what? So clearly filters are critical.
Oh, yes.
And when we get back, so now it's all about, after the news, it's all about cost implications. And then what kind of filters and then how much they cost. All right, Pavit? So let's do that after the news. Cars Big Boy Trevor. Remember, it's Wednesday, so that means Wednesday from 4:30. And today, because of the importance, we start late. We just got to go kidogo too. We're talking about Cars Big Boy Trev every Wednesday from 4:30 right here in SpiceFM. And then we've got in the motor section of the Standard.
Yes.
All right. So make sure you buy your daily. You can still find it in the supermarket or online as well.
Yes. E-paper.
E-paper. It's called the e-paper. And then clearly on Sunday from 6:30 to 7 on KTN Home, you will see Cars with Big Boy Trev. Today, we're talking about the importance of the air filter element in your vehicle. And we see that it's critical. And in studio, aside from Trev, of course, we've got, he's a director of Allied Filtration. It's Pavit Matharu, my brother. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Now, you were telling us before the break, because once you neglect the air filter and the fuel filter, we know that there are consequences and major repercussions, right?
Yes.
But now, then somebody's like, okay, clearly we're not going to neglect this no more. It's critical.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because I like the way you describe it. It's like water. The way the human body needs water. Hiyo kitu ni muhimu sana. Let's talk cost implications, bro. And in studio, now, if you're watching clearly audiovisual on spicefm.co.ke, you can see we've got, there's one on the ground, but it's too heavy. You can't put it on the desk, no?
Yeah.
Now tell us the different costs for the different types, brother.
Okay, so put it this way. You get what you pay for.
I like that. I like that. Cheap is expensive, Trev.
Oh, yes.
Peanuts and monkeys. Sorry, go ahead.
And we have this saying in our organization that you rather spend more now and save later.
I like that.
And that is what anyone I meet, or anyone that approaches us, that's the number one thing we tell them.
Yes.
Yes, there are places you get the same item way cheaper.
Right.
But you have to look at it this way. Why is it cheaper?
Mm-hmm. We spoke about this with Trev because there's a day when we spoke about genuine, then there was a generic, then there's fakes.
Yes.
Right? I got that right?
Yes.
Sharp. Yeah. So when it comes to filters, is there also generic filters? Now we just go from like your genuines,
Yeah.
and then there's just fake. There's, because you also mentioned there's the three types, right?
Yeah. So put it this way, you've got your genuine filters that you'd buy from your dealership.
Indeed.
Be it Toyota, Mercedes.
Sharp. Yes.
Then you have your aftermarkets. Now, in your aftermarkets, you've got two different categories. You've got your OEM, that's original equipment manufacturers, and you've got your pre-certified, or you can put it this way, that their certification by Toyota or the brand is yet pending, but it's not that they're too bad. And then you've got those which are just a knockoff.
All right.
Put it this way, if you were to go to Toyota or buy a filter, yes, it would be expensive. If you go by an OEM, approved OEM, it would be slightly cheaper, but not day and night.
Indeed.
But if you were to go for your third alternative, it would be probably even less than half the price.
Okay, so put in perspective. So your filters are how much, bro?
Okay, so if you look at the standard L200 filter, the can type, we're looking at around 1200 shillings inclusive.
Okay, so Trev, when he says L200, we talk about that is
The pickup. Mitsubishi pickup.
so
Pickup,
Mitsubishi pickup L200. That's how much, bro?
1200.
1200 bob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you were to go for a cheaper one,
Yes.
as we were discussing,
Yes.
you could get one for 500 as well,
Wow.
or even less.
Yes.
Well, I've personally seen them retailing at 100 shillings.
Wow. 100 bob.
Yes.
And that lasts like 2 kilometers.
Let me tell you, it looks exactly the same because they've perfected the art of cloning it.
Yes.
But the materials that have been used to manufacture it are not to the manufacturer specification.
Wow.
That's why it becomes a danger. And I mentioned to you some time back.
Yes.
Everybody bought an oil filter for a certain brand.
Yes.
People like going to Naivasha. You know that?
Yes.
So goes to Subaru Kenya, says, no, this is too expensive.
Yes.
Goes outside the corner, buys from a shop, a cheap one for 5 sok. Puts it in a moti, goes to Vasha. Vasha, there's no problem. No, it's Miriam.
Yes.
Then, after whatever he's done in Naivasha, coming up to Nairobi because it's a hill, it's a very steep hill.
Yes.
That's when the pressure now starts building up. Next thing he had was an explosion, and he could see oil splattering all over from the bonnet. So he stops, opens, and sees the filter. It's visible. You can see it, the oil filter. It's gone.
Okay, so gents, Pavit, Trev.
Yes.
Now this is the thing. So obviously, I can picture somebody sitting in their car right now, and they're like, "Holy smoke!" Because I don't literally go myself to buy the old filters. I send the mech.
Yes.
And of course, even mechanics are in business.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, of course, if you've got a trusted person, then that's a relationship. But you're talking about, may I take my car to, let's say, Jack and Jill garage?
Yes.
Yeah? And then tomorrow I'm at George and Kamau's Juakali.
Yes.
So, they don't give a dead rat's ass.
Oh, no.
So the thing is, how do I know? And obviously, they want to save a buck as well. Ne? How can one tell? Can one tell, rather? Because you're not there when they're installing the damn thing. They just tell you, tumeweka filter mpya, 2100. You said 2100 bob, ne? But Kume, they bought the one for
5 sok.
5 sok.
Yes.
That's scary.
Oh, yes.
So, unless you go and buy it your damn self, is it possible to tell? No.
What I would recommend is when you approach a mechanic,
Yes.
and he tells you that I need
ABC.
I need ABC.
Yes.
Tell him bring it. That's not an issue.
Uh-huh.
But have a quick look at it. They're telltale signs.
That's what I want to hear.
And the way I see it,
Let's use that one.
for example, your touch.
Yes.
If you were to hold this filter,
Yes.
now you've seen how heavy
It is. Yes.
If you were to get the same one and you say it's slightly lighter,
Right.
and then you see one which is even lighter than that,
Yes.
you would wonder there's
Yes.
something
yes.
wrong.
Yes.
Number 2 is this gasket on top.
Okay.
This gasket.
Right.
This basically seals your filter housing
Yes.
with the filter.
Kev, describe what he's talking about.
Basically, the filter is where it attaches to the engine block.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So it protects. The seal is to protect oil from coming out.
Yes.
And gives a tight lock, so that oil can pass in because it gets in at high pressure. So the 2 small holes is where oil gets in to be filtered.
Okay.
Then filtered oil comes out from the center.
Okay.
Out back to the engine.
Thank you. So thanks, Trev, because now for the listener who's just listening.
Yes.
So Pavit, okay, so now, we see that.
So your seal, and another thing I've seen mechanics skip in Kenya is they do not lubricate the seal at all. This seal has to be lubricated with clean oil, not the oil that they remove from your, your engine sump.
Yes.
They dip their finger and they just do that. No, this has to be with clean oil.
Okay.
Lubricated with clean oil.
Why?
Because basically, look at it this way. This is what is going to seal your filter housing with your filter. Now, if that old oil of yours has some debris in it, some particles, you won't get that 100% seal.
Sure.
And another thing about filters, which is very critical, which people don't know, basically they don't know, is something called an anti-drain valve. It's on nearly each and every other filter that's installed at an angle. Now this filter, this seal is supposed to prevent the oil draining back into the engine block when the car switched off. So basically, you do not start with a dry start.
Okay. And then what else? What else have you got there, bro?
Well, then we've got our bypass valve at the bottom. Now this is what opens when you go slightly above your service interval.
Yes.
Your oil becomes thick.
Yes.
And it's too, there's too much pressure in the filter for it to go through the element. So what happens is this opens up.
Okay, what you looking for? A pen. Okay.
So basically, if I press this, it'll go in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That goes in.
Right.
Because this will open.
Yes.
when there's too much pressure in your filter.
Okay.
And that's what basically at times causes filters to burst.
Okay.
Is when when there's failure of this valve.
Right. Okay. So now, listen. So very quickly, Pavit. Where does one find these filters of yours? Where are they available? Where are they available? How does one touch base with you guys? Okay, because clearly you're reliable and you know what you talk about in terms of quality control. How does one find you?
Well, I think everyone can find us where everyone is nowadays on social media.
That's what I want you to mention.
As I am 21, Instagram is my number one.
Okay.
I'm always on it.
Okay.
In fact, even before we stepped in here, me
Yes.
and Trevor, we were just
Yes.
going through
Yes.
our page.
Yes.
We're on Instagram, Facebook,
Okay. So that would be allied filtration.
Allied Filtration as it is.
Okay.
We are working on our website.
Right.
We're trying to make an interactive website
Right.
in the sense that if someone has an order or if someone needs to inquire about a filter,
Yes.
they don't need to pick their phone up and
Yes.
start calling
Yes.
us. They can send it, via the website.
Okay.
That's the way we get to our customers.
Okay.
As I said, Online.
Okay.
I would say, as we were talking, COVID in a way has taught us many
Yes.
things
Right.
on how to become fully dependent on online
Sharp.
platforms.
Okay. Okay.
And the way I see it, it's the future.
Okay. And if somebody wants to call right now and just basically make an order,
Well, if they call right now, they'll call me.
so it's you.
Yes.
Okay. And location though, you said you guys are based off of where?
In Solai Road,
Right.
which is just behind Baricha Road.
Okay. So, and if one is not, some people just don't like online, but they want to come and actually buy the products itself.
Yeah.
Where Solai Road?
Solai Road, yes.
Okay. And that's in the industrial
That's
area.
the industrial area.
Okay, Baba. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pavit Matharu, Director from Allied Filtration. Now we move from there to Digger.
Yes.
Hey, there's a concert coming up. Ne?
There's a big concert.
Not. Why do I think of it as a concert, Trev? Is it a concert? No, but it's a car show and a concert.
Yes.
Okay, so remind us about that, bro.
So, being the festive period,
Yes.
which is December is always known for happy
December,
days.
indeed.
Indio.
Yes, sir.
And because this year we haven't had a major car event,
Yes.
remember because of COVID, the main motor shows cancelled.
Sharp.
Not many people are having, so we've come up with a brand new concert.
Yes.
It's an event basically. It's cars
Yes.
and music
Yes.
by Digger Motors.
Right.
It's the biggest thing in town. Please make
Yeah.
sure you book your
Yes.
diaries. Diarize it.
Yes.
I'm being told I
Yes.
said the correct date, which is between 17th and 18th.
Okay,
Yes.
between 17th
17th,
and 18th.
18th, and 19th. Yes.
Oh, okay, so it's not a Kesha.
No,
so
no.
it's a 3-day event.
3-day event.
Okay.
We have the best of all brands
Sharp.
from new cars. So
Sharp.
your main dealers,
Yes.
your Toyotas, your
Yeah.
Isuzus,
Yeah.
you name them.
Yeah.
Also, we do have also allied partners. So for
Right.
example, banks,
Right.
insurance companies,
Right.
they'll be able to do that very well and
Yes.
be able to display.
Yes.
If you're looking for deals for Christmas, because it's Christmas time,
Indeed.
we'll have service bays where people can come and service their vehicle. You'll have people talking to you.
I love that.
Plus, your kids can enjoy. There's bouncing castle, there's music, courtesy of SpiceFM, Kina DJ Brayo, all the big boys will be there. Quach will be
Yes,
there
indeed,
hosting me and
indeed,
you.
indeed.
People winning
Yes,
events
yes,
here and there. And of
yes.
course, Pavit will be there as well
Indeed.
to show us one or two things about filtration. So, Karibuni Sana, please make sure you.
And as
do
he's
catch
saying, Isuzu is going to be there.
Yes.
Isuzu. Just to let you know that we specialize, in heavy commercial vehicles.
Yes.
So all the tingas, your
Yeah.
lorries,
Yeah.
your agriculture machineries,
Yeah.
that is our stronghold.
Sharp. I like
And
that.
for our lubricants,
Yes.
even Trevor knows. In fact, we met at a lubricants event
Yeah.
at Caltex.
Right.
And in fact, we specialize on our heavy duty,
Right.
heavy commercial vehicles,
Yeah,
lubricants.
yeah,
Alongside,
Yeah.
we've got lubricants coming in,
Yeah.
which can keep up with the incoming vehicles.
Okay.
Because people need to understand
Yes.
vehicles are becoming newer,
Indeed.
new technology coming in.
Indeed.
It's not the same
Yes.
lubricants and
Yeah.
filters being used.
Yeah.
Just for example, today, the new Toyota Succeed,
Yes.
yeah, the Donkey of Kenya, Probox.
Yes.
Yeah, Donkey of Kenya. Now, you'll be surprised that does not use ATF Kamakoida.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a special
Okay.
ATF for it.
Okay. So then, listen. So Trev,
Yes.
I like how we went from there to there.
Yes. He took the cue. I like
Yeah,
that.
he took the cue.
Chop, chop.
Now, so where's the event?
The event's going to be at Two Rivers.
Okay.
It's a family event.
Right.
Come, feel free, come and enjoy. See the best of motoring.
Sharp.
We have the best deals on wheels on that day.
All right, 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Yes.
Now, time waits for no man. So,
Yes.
speaking of time, it's the second last race of the season. Baba, let's focus on Formula One this weekend.
Jeddah, brand new circuit.
Indeed.
Second to last. This is the do or die
Yes.
race for Lewis Hamilton. And in this particular race, even Max can be crowned champion if Lewis finishes anywhere between 7th and below.
Okay, so two things there.
Yes.
First of all, the straight line speed.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw the one of the people, of course, of Red Bull said they sussed out what Mercedes were doing.
Yes.
Yeah, and it had something to do with the wing.
With the wing.
Is that true?
It's true and not true.
Yeah.
But FIA said they're not going to take any action until next year.
Right.
So that wing, the one that was in Brazil, might
Yes.
just make its way back to Jeddah, making
Right.
that Mercedes very fast.
Fast. Yes.
Number two, the spicy engine that was in Brazil
Yes.
and not in Qatar is going
Yes.
to make its comeback. So it's do or die for Mercedes-Benz.
Yes, yes.
And Toto yesterday said,
Right.
we are bringing all guns out. Lewis is on his A game.
Right.
And for them, it's do or die.
And then they said Bottas has deflated his balloon because, first of all,
He's
Bottas
leaving.
said he's leaving,
Yeah.
and then being on a 1-year rotating contract was not easy
Yes.
because your job is never secure.
Yes.
Is that true, bruv?
I don't
and
think-
Then, and then Toto said, nah, it's just, working under the shadow
He-
that is Hamilton. Is
No.
the
Hamilton
thing.
is a god.
Yeah.
God God.
Yes.
Unfortunately, when you work with the best
Yes.
and you try to match up,
Yes.
it will always burn you because Lewis
Yes.
he's special.
Yes.
Very few people are special, and
Yes.
you've seen even Red Bull, for
Yes.
example.
Yes.
People who've been with Max,
Exactly.
Ricardo,
Exactly.
all those
Yes.
people have always
Yes.
complained.
Yes.
They'll always give excuses, but
Yes.
the guy is just good. So it's the same thing with. It's unfortunate that he's going to Alfa Romeo.
Yes.
So Mr. Georgie Poggi from Williams has
Yes.
a lot of work to do, and I hope he's learning.
Yes.
Yes.
And then speaking of, Williams, Sir Frank Williams passed
Yes,
on.
he passed on. He's a legend of the sport.
Right.
Watched a very good obituary courtesy of Williams
Yes.
and Formula One.
Right.
It was sad he passed at 79 years of age.
Yeah.
He's been instrumental in creating the formula for privateer teams.
I like that.
Not
Yes.
per se
Yes.
like a brand-oriented team,
Yes.
but privateer.
Yes.
So he's had commercial success.
Right.
He was with Renault.
Yes.
And then he moved on to obviously other brands as well.
Yes.
He had partnerships with Rothams.
Yes.
And Cosworth back in the day.
Yes.
And remember Ayrton Senna.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. The
But-
great
yes.
Ayrton Senna died in his car.
In his car, it was called the Williams FW14.
which was Imola.
Yes, Imola. That was
Yes.
the most advanced vehicle.
1994.
1994.
Yeah.
Most advanced vehicle
Yeah.
at that time.
Yes.
And Adrian Newey, who's in charge of
Yes.
Red Bull,
Yes.
was the one who designed the
Yes.
car.
Yes.
So they all feel part and parcel of the team. So
I like that.
it's a big loss to the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
Sir Frank always loved racing, and he loved that drivers used to race with passion. And he was the money guy. He loved racing, and he
Yes.
was one who went to fetch the money.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. So, Pavit, you are Formula One?
Not really. I'm more into WRC and our local rallies.
Okay.
In fact, I am getting prepared.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to go for the Guru Nanak rally coming up.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
I like the dirt.
okay. So next, so Trev, we like the mud. Ne?
Yes.
Okay.
Next year, we hope that he's going to be at the rally.
Right.
He's coming.
Yes.
Safari Rally is big
Safari
here in
Rally.
Kenya, so I'm
Yes.
sure he's going to.
Yes.
We're going to invite him and we see.
Okay. So
Yes.
give me predictions, bruv, because you did well
Yes, I did
last
well.
race. Yeah, good
So
one.
yes, so Lewis.
Don't jinx it.
Yes, so Lewis 1,
Uh-huh.
Max 2,
Uh-huh.
Bottas 3.
Then that means it'll be down to the wire.
To the duel of the desert, Abu Dhabi.
Director Allied Filtration, Pavit Matharu, thanks so very much for coming through, my brother.
Thank you very much for having me here.
And my brother from another mother.
Yes.
As they say, I take my hat off. When is the day? CBBT, cars with big
Sunday
motor.
6:30.
Sunday 6:30.
Yes.
Do you know, this Sunday,
Yes.
by the way, I have a chicken at the gate.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can entice you. No, it's profiling. I don't know if I can entice you with that damn thing so that this side we actually watch the race together.
Yes.
Yeah?
We'll watch the race together.